Good evening. Uh-oh. Appears that maybe camera settings have shifted, so hopefully it doesn't go blurry on me. Welcome to your practice, welcome to your mat. I'm just starting with a nice cross-legged position. Taking a moment to center in. Today's theme is going to be dancing with your shadow. And kind of shadow work and shadow side has been coming up a lot for me lately, and so maybe in one form or another it has for you as well. I'm just going to speak for a moment, but if you want to allow your eyes to close, and your hands can rest on your knees, palms up or down. Maybe there's a mudra that you enjoy. Feel free to make this practice yours. Deepening your breath. And if it works for you, allowing your eyes to close. Shoulders drop down away from the ears. Your hips sit heavy on the floor. When we talk about shadow self or shadow side, it's really nothing bad or evil. What we're really referring to is just that which is unconscious, that which we're not aware of. And the way the shadow side shows up is as aspects of yourself that operate on emotions such as shame, envy, rage, anger, greed, fear, and a variety of other unpleasant emotions. And now, while all of these are part of the beautiful spectrum of being human, and children move through all these emotions so easily and so freely, but as we mature, obviously choosing to take our anger out by hitting a friend is not appropriate, but we come up with all these ways to shove down our feelings. It can look like overeating, it can look like overworking, it can look like any number of addictions, overuse of the phone, any way that we numb out what we really should be processing. And most of the time, we are completely unaware, hence shadow, in the dark, of these mechanisms that we're using. And unfortunately, most of these mechanisms sabotage our relationships, our dreams, our careers, and even our soul. So, as we enter into this practice of dancing with your shadow, it's an opportunity to connect with the real, authentic you, to look at your habits, your dark side, your programming without judgment, and just by bringing awareness to it, and being able to sit with and move through these unpleasant feelings that come up, therein lies your power to choose differently. By becoming aware, by acknowledging, we give ourselves the power to choose different. And one of the most beautiful, beautiful ways that we can become aware of our shadow side is through relationship, is through other people. And when they trigger us, when we feel triggered, when we feel anger, rage, envy, greed, fear, shame, because of what we perceive someone else did, that's our opportunity to sit with and to go inward and to dig deeper and find out where this is stemming from in ourselves. So just starting a breath practice, Agni Pran, or a breath of fire. So still sitting cross-legged, you're going to bring all 4 fingers in, pointer through pinky, thumbs pointed up, extending the arms up and out. You're going to raise the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Press that chest up and forward, tuck that belly button up and in. Breathe in, feel your belly expand, feel your ribcage expand. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to speed it up. You're going to use your diaphragm, that muscle. Sorry, blanking there. Using your diaphragm to pull the air in forcefully and push it out forcefully. Breath in, nice and slow. Deep breath out, nice and slow. Arms still up. In and out. It's probably getting difficult at this point. Your muscles are probably starting to feel it. We're going to do 20 more pumps if you can. Keep imagining a lightness through the arms. A golden cord drawing the crown of your head up towards the sky. And inhale, let's go. And exhale. Releasing the hands back to the legs. Allowing the eyes to close for one more moment. How was that? Sitting in that uncomfortability there, because trust me, I know all of that was uncomfortable. And so sitting with the shadow is like that. It might not feel amazing in the moment, but ultimately what we're doing is beginning to open up new channels, open up spaces inside ourselves, bringing light to that which was dark. We do this by being okay with being uncomfortable, because it's going to be. So let's go ahead and switch the cross of our legs. Let's just take a big forward fold, walking the hands forward. And pressing back up. Releasing the legs, taking them nice and wide. Heels pressing down into the earth, quads pressing down into the earth, toes pointing, especially the big toe, pointing straight up towards the sky. Just take a peek, check that. Nice straight spine, rolling your thighs in, and then leading with the chest, wide leg, forward fold. Nice deep breaths here, in and out, through the nose. Let's keep this uncomfortable. That's where the work is. Double check your toes. They're still pointing up towards the sky. Still pressing the quads down. Keep walking those fingers out. As you find that edge, as you begin to become a little bit comfortable in the position, on that edge. Walk those fingers out a little bit further. Nice deep breaths. On your next inhale, pressing up to seated, grab behind those thighs, join your knees up. Take a couple seated twists. Left leg across, right leg over. Sole of that right foot comes to the mat. Go ahead and just give that right leg a hug. Right arm comes behind to help lengthen the spine. Lengthening on an inhale, twisting on an exhale. On your next inhale, release. Switching across. Right foot across, left leg over. Hugging with that right, supporting with the left hand. Inhale, lengthen first. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. As we uncross, go ahead and take that cross leg one more time. But go ahead and take the awkward one. Which one is my awkward one? Take the awkward cross. The one that doesn't come naturally. And holding onto the legs, we're going to take some Sufi grinds or some seated circles. So let's start just forward and backwards. So all the way on the back, you're holding onto the knees. You're curling that belly button up and in, pressing that spine back. Inhale forward, chest comes forward, crown of the head goes up. And then let's go ahead and begin to take some circles. I'm going to take a few in one direction. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Getting into all those little spaces in the spine. And other way. And making your way to center. Go ahead and come onto your hands and knees, spreading those fingers nice and wide, all four corners of the palms. Press into the mat. Tuck those back toes under, pressing hips up and back, down dog. Swivel those heels out so they're out of view, just barely. Roll those armpits in towards your ears. Triceps roll out. Inhale, bending deeply into the knees. Exhale, feet to your hands. You can step or hop. Let's take a moment here in forward fold. I'm going to face you because we're going to do a few standing poses. But just take that moment to release here in forward fold. We're going to take a few breaths. Maybe you have hands on shins. Wherever you're at, your hands don't have to come to the ground today. Or you can take a deep bend in the knees until your hands do come to the ground. Maybe your belly is even on your thighs. And from there, begin to straighten. And just however far it is great. Just getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Release that head and neck. Shake it yes. Shake it no. And then tucking that tailbone under, we're going to start at the base of the spine and begin to roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head and neck will come last at the top. Sorry, my hair is still wet, or I would put it up. From the top of the mat, go ahead and bring your feet together. Insides of the feet touching, squeezing your thighs towards one another. You're going to tuck your belly button up and in, so your core is all activated. From this nice strong base, let's go ahead and interlace the fingers. Point your finger up. I'm going to see my hands here in a moment. And then inhale the arms up. If you can, arms, biceps come next to the ears. Pointing straight up, lengthening through the spine. And now pressing strongly between both feet. We're not going to shift the hips forward. We're going to keep them back and in alignment. The back bend is going to come just from the rib cage. So gazing up, taking that back bend, breathing here, pressing firmly into the feet. On your next inhale, rising back up. And now we're going to take the side ones. So same thing, the hips aren't going to shift out to the side. The hips are going to stay aligned right over the feet. Inhale, arms up, pressing through the feet. Exhale, side bend, nice and slow. If you feel your hips start to go out to the side, come up a little bit. Taking 5 deep breaths here. Inhale up through center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, release hands. If you are not at the top of your mat, go ahead and come to the top of your mat. I'm going to run through a vinyasa. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, place hands, step back, high plank. Taking an inhale at the top of the high plank. Exhale, elbows in, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra, or all the way into up dog. Exhale, over the toes, into down dog. 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, bending the knees, gazing forward. And exhale, popping your feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Go ahead and take a step back with that left foot. We're going to build into this from the top down. Sorry, hairs on the face. Come out of the way. You're going to come up onto those back toes, swiveling those hips around to the front. Beginning to bend into that front knee, just so long as that knee doesn't go over the ankle. So from this nice high lunge here, keep working those hips towards shining like spotlights straight forward. So you want both hips pointing forward. On your next inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, opening at the elbows, cactus arms. Gazing up. Let's take some deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Being with whatever comes up as you inhale and exhale. Maybe your mind tells you you can't do it. Inhaling and exhaling. And maybe it's really trying to convince you that it's your body. It's not. Just a couple more deep breaths here. Be with it if you can. Pressing through the shadow. Dancing with your devil. Bringing it into the light. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Go ahead and swivel that back heel to the mat. And let's just take it all the way over to the other side. So you're going to want to take a step back to bring that left foot in alignment with the left hip. Your feet can be close together in alignment, or you can have them apart some. If you're tight in the hips like I am, it makes it easier to get your hips around. So if you're struggling getting your hips around, go ahead and take that step apart. As you're ready, come up onto those back toes, bending into that front knee. Once you've got your nice high lunge, you've got those hips facing forward. Pressing out through that back heel and strongly through all four corners of that front left foot. Once you've found all of that, go ahead and inhale the arms up. Exhale, open, gazing up at the sky or the ceiling. Maybe imagine it as the sky. And here we breathe. Finding that balance here. Finding that peace amidst the uncomfortable. Finding that core of ourselves that are stronger than the perceived circumstances. Mind over matter here, lovelies. You can do this. A few more breaths. It's just a few moments. It will pass. This too shall pass. Up, exhale, hands to heart, swivel that back heel down. Nice work. Go ahead and heel toe those feet together, making your way to the top of the mat. Got another lovely vinyasa. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, place hands. Step back, high plank. Let's take an inhale at the top of the plank. Exhale, elbows in. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Up dog. Exhale, over the toes, back to down dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale that right heel up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bending at the knee, stepping it through. And we're going to come right into a high twisting lunge. So go ahead and keep that back heel up off the mat. Putting all 5 fingertips, just the tips, so kind of tent your left hand. Placing that down on the inside of your right. Grab your rib cage. We're twisting from our rib cage up and open. Breathing here. More deep inhale, exhale, that left hand back to the mat, right hand comes flat onto the mat, removing that right foot, back, down dog. Inhale, left heel up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bending at the knees, stepping through. Coming up, tenting that right hand. Taking that left hand across and just encouraging a rotation open from the rib cage. Left arm comes up, gaze towards the sky, pressing up through that back heel. All four corners of the front foot. Squeezing the thighs in towards one another. So we're strong through midline, just a couple more breaths here. One more deep inhale. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Stepping back, down dog. Taking a few deep breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And again. And one more time. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step through. Back foot swivels to the mat. Inhale, windmill those arms up into a warrior two. Again, peek down, see if you can see the first two toes, your big toe and the one right after. Make sure that knee is not coming over the ankle. We're going to open across the hips this way. So you're pressing that front knee towards the back side of the room. And then just take a breath or two to gaze out over that front middle finger. Inhale, straightening that front right leg. Left hips draw back. Right side body elongates forward. Drop that right arm to connect with the right leg. Left arm comes to the hip, rib cage rolls open, and then you can draw that left arm up. Trikonasana, or triangle pose. Breathing here. Beautiful dance. Nice work. You are strong. You are open and authentic. You are ready to face yourself in your entirety and honor and love without judgment. We're all just growing. We all have a shadow side. Your mind's getting triggered a lot recently. On your next inhale, as if someone's grabbing that top hand. Inhale up, nice strong back. Let's go ahead and just switch our feet on the mat. Mine don't tend to always just translate perfectly from side to side. So just take a peek down. See that that front heel is lined up with the back instep, the instep of the back foot. And once you're there, go ahead, bend into that front knee. Again, we're opening across the hips here, making our way into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Keep drawing that knee out. Make sure you can see the big toe and middle toe. Continuing to rotate both eyes open, front body facing forward, arms out, gazing out over the middle finger of that front hand. Beautiful breath work there. Inhale, straighten that front leg. This time the right hip shoots back, left side body elongates forward, elongates, elongates, elongates. Left hand drops to meet that left leg. Pressing into the back of the hand to help open across the shoulders, open across the rib cage. Inhale, right arm up. Trikonasana. Breathing here. Reaching through the fingertips, growing. Finding new space, finding new openings that weren't there maybe a few moments ago. Building upon your foundation. As if someone's grabbing that top hand and lifting you up strongly, coming out. Beautiful work. All toes point forward, or slightly in, slightly pigeon-toed. Taking Prasarita, hands come to the hips, chest comes forward, and as you're ready, hands meet the ground. On your next inhale, nice strong back, belly button tucks up and in, using your whole core, hands come to the hips and lifting up. So we're not lifting through the low back, we're lifting through our whole core. Beautiful work. Heel toe your feet together, coming to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, place hands, step back, high plank, taking your inhale here before you exhale to lower. Inhaling back up, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Big toes together, knees wide. Press the hips back just for a breath or two, child's pose. Inhale back forward onto the hands and knees and making your way onto your bottom. Got one more banger for you before we do our wind down. So let's just be prepared to dig once more, just a little bit deeper. Can we sit with being uncomfortable? Be okay with that? And what do you notice? Just notice what comes up. Notice what you find as you sit there being uncomfortable for a moment. That's the beginning of the curiosity, the inquiry, the exploring of yourself. As you can maybe tell, I'm very excited about it. So go ahead and bring your fingertips behind you, facing in towards your back. Feet are going to be hips distance apart. And we're pressing up into reverse tabletop. Pressing through the hands, pressing through the feet, squeezing the glutes. Keep pushing those hips up. Gazing up at the sky. Hips keep pressing up. Pressing firmly through the hands, through the feet. Squeezing the thighs towards one another. Breathing here. What comes up? One more deep inhale. And exhale, release. Thank you for dancing with me today. Go ahead and begin to roll down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Taking a moment to hug the knees in towards the chest. Maybe you rock a little from side to side. And with the feet here, go ahead and either take your pointer middle finger around the big toe for the yoga toe hold, or you can grasp the outside edges of the feet. Knees are out by the armpits. Soles of the feet go up towards the sky. Happy baby. Press that tailbone back towards the earth. Feel a spreading across the lower back. Drawing the shoulders back, also towards the earth. Head relaxes, neck relaxes. Maybe you rock a little from side to side. Maybe you straighten one leg over to one side, bending through center, straightening the other leg, other side. Releasing the toes, releasing the feet to the mat. Left ankle crosses over right knee. Right foot comes up, grabbing behind the thigh or in front of the shin, figure 4. Flex that top foot strongly. Please protect those knee joints. Not for me, but for yourself in the future, for your future self. And release, switching the cross. Coming into that figure 4 on the other side again, top foot. At the very least, stays flexed. Crisscross, switching again, left leg top, both knees drop to the right. Maybe you grab onto that thigh with the right hand. Left arm opens towards the back, maybe straight, maybe cactus arm. Gaze back over that left shoulder. we begin to wind down deeper into our bodies, into ourselves. Good morning. This is where we're going with our yoga, with our practice, towards meditation. So just relaxing in the head and face, relaxing through the eyes, shoulders, hands, relaxing in the belly, hips, thighs, calves, shins, ankles, feet, completely relaxed. Now we just observe. Observing the temperature of your body. Observing how the air feels around you. Observing any sounds you might hear. Maybe it's just your breath and my voice and the music, but maybe you have other sounds happening around you. Just take notice. Take notice of the way your breath feels as it moves in and out. Notice any sensations in your body. Can you feel your heartbeat? And now let all that go, floating gently off into your inner space. Your inner space is vast, calm, peaceful, comforting. Your inner space is infinite, open, perfect. Connecting deeper with this space, you begin to sit in the place behind your mind, sitting in this deep open space that is you. You can observe your mind. You can observe the thoughts that arise. And you can watch them pass and let them go without any attachment or judgment or need to grasp on, to claim or to hold, because right after it, another thought arises. On and on, thought after thought, day after day. And you, this you behind the mind, above the mind, is to choose from these thoughts which it will accept and which it will release. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, we're coming back into our bodies. Exhaling as a sigh out through the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Bending at the knees. Bringing the soles of your feet to the mat. Begin to roll onto your side. From here, beginning to press up to seated. sat down for class. And now. Just going into deeper and deeper awareness of ourselves in the present moment. Deep breath in, deep breath out, bringing the hands to heart center. I honor you on your path, in your practice, as you are authentically. The divine in me honors the divine in